What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mike Check Podcast. This is T-Word, the People's Champ. Here to give you a quick prediction video for the Jared Anderson versus Charles Martin heavyweight fight on today. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate that feedback. On the road to 500, we have exactly 11 subscribers left to reach our short-term goal. So please help us out if you haven't subscribed already and tap in with the channel for this dope-ass content. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And before I get into my analysis and prediction for the main event, I want to talk about a couple of guys that are going to be on the undercard that I think are worth a watch. So if you have ESPN Plus and you got an opportunity, you may want to tune in pretty early and check out Abdullah Mason. He's going to be in a 6th round lightweight fight with Alex de Oliveira. Abdullah Mason is good, man. I mean, there's some raw things there. He's young. He's about 19 years old, just barely 19. Undefeated fighter, got quite a few stoppages on his resume. So somebody you should pay attention to because he's going to be one of the next kings, I would say, at 140 pounds because he's busting at the seams. I just don't see him at lightweight much longer. I just believe he's there because he's able to stay active because there's more participants that are at his tier right now. So I think that's why he's shrinking down to 135, but expect him at 140 in the near future. DeAndre Ware is going to be on this card at super middleweight. That's going to be 168 pounds. Then you're going to see Jahai Tucker versus Nicholas Flaz, 8-round junior middleweight fight. So this is going to be 154 pounds. Jahai looked rough in his last fight that I could remember seeing. He started off kind of sketchy in the first round, but he found his groove, started styling on his opponent, definitely put up a really good fight. And if I'm not mistaken, he ended up getting the stoppage because he just turned up. Like his opponent caught him good, and the next round he just turned up and got him up out of there. Another fighter to watch is going to be Delonte Johnson, a.k.a. Tiger, against Jonathan Montreal. This is an 8-round junior welterweight, a.k.a. 140-pound fight. Delonte's good, but there's a lot more areas of improvement for him than you might see in the Abdullah Mason or Shushu Carrington. He's in that class, you know what I'm saying? That class of athlete that are coming up, the next hot things. And I think he's got the talent, but there's more that he needs to work on. And I think he's not active enough to work on it like the other guys. You're seeing Shushu and Abdullah and Jahai real often, but you're not seeing Delonte quite as much. So I think that more activity might be really good for him and get him sharper. And then you can see him kind of move around. And I don't think he's going to stay at 140. He's a fairly decent sized kid who could probably make 147, eventually 154. And then finally, the main event, you've got Jared Anderson versus Charles Martin. This is going to be a 10-round heavyweight bout. And Big Baby hasn't been past 6 rounds. He calls himself the real Big Baby. I just don't know exactly how this fight is going to play out from a perspective of we don't know what you're going to get in Charles Martin. He's definitely a game and live opponent, so Big Baby can't take him lightly. And I believe that Anderson is going to need to box here at least early on and get a feel for the timing of his opponent and find out what his conditioning looks like. That's also going to give him a better opportunity to gauge his power and find out just how many risks he can take in the fight. I think setting him up with a nice consistent jab, because I think Anderson's jab is decent, or pretty good actually. Set him up with the jab, come with some combinations off the jab, maybe just make sure you hit him with the 1-2 early, let Martin feel his power, and then start to use his elite footwork, elite for a big guy, to maneuver around the ring and create some opportunities for himself to make his opponent take risks that aren't necessarily needed in the moment, but maybe he feels pressure to take risks because he know he's the B-side and he's not going to win a decision without doing something remarkable. And if you put him in a position where he's thinking about that, you could get him to take some chances and you could take advantage and get the KO. The over-under is 4.5 on the knockout by Anderson. I'm going to say 6th round. He don't get him up out of there. I think he's not going to go past 6 again. Even though Martin is tough, I just don't see this going decision. But if it does, I still favor Anderson. But I'm going to pick him by knockout somewhere between 6 and 8. But I'm thinking it's going to be 6. So you guys tell me what you think. How's this fight going to play out? Who do you think is going to come away with the victory and in what fashion? So drop it down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Donate to the Cash App if you're feeling generous. Support this channel so we can keep bringing this dope content. Until the next time, this has been T. Peace, y'all.